So there's one quote. Okay, I don't agree with my dad with a lot of things, but there's this one thing that my dad told me growing up that sticks with me even till this day, and it's gonna stick with me for life. And this is the concept of a closed mouth don't get fed. You know, a closed mouth don't get fed. Meaning, if you want something, you need to say what you want, right? Like if you're a kid and you're hungry, you need to say that you're hungry, right? If you're in a relationship and there's something bothering you, you need to say what's on your mind. Or if you have a question about something, you need to ask that question, right? Y'all get the point, right? Speak up. Say what's on your mind. And so for me, that was something that sticks with me. And whenever there's a problem, right? If ever I feel weird energy being directed towards me, I'm going to say something about it. I'm going to respond to it. But I feel like some people could see that as me being confrontational or problematic. And I really don't feel like I'm problematic or confrontational. I will say though, for the last few weeks, I have been getting into, in kind of like friend groups and social settings, professional settings. I have been noticing that I've been having conflict or back and forth with a few people. And I had to I sat and reflected on that. I was like, damn, like, am I problematic? Like, is it me? Is it me? But then I realized, no, it is not me. And let me explain, because I do have self-awareness. Y'all probably like, oh, he's full of himself. Like, if he's having multiple things with several people, then obviously he's clearly the problem. Let me explain what I'm talking about here. I just feel like we live in this society where people don't speak up enough. I think people are very comfortable with gaslighting people. People are very comfortable with manipulating people because, in a lot of households, people are raised to just shut the fuck up. It's like, if you ask a question, and we know that this happens a lot in a black household. If you ask a question or if you say something, don't talk back, or like, who you think you is, or don't ask, you asking too many questions, or just be quiet and hush, just hush. I feel like, unfortunately, for generations, people have been told to not ask questions, to not express themselves. But my energy, like when I feel like something is, when I just feel when something stank or dank, right? When someone is trying you, when someone is like, when the vibe is off. And I think that some people think that just being silent is a peaceful resort. No, because if you being silent is costing you your mental health, or if it's making you feel like, if you're genuinely feeling a certain way about it internally, that's not actually, they may be peaceful to the other person, but you don't even have internal peace right now. And then they're speaking down and bad about somebody else and making other people feel this way. And then it becomes this trend of them hurting other people. We're going to get a little deep real quick, but this also happens in the household when molestation and rape happens. Everybody want to turn a blind eye, or everybody want to keep secrets, but Lil Day Day is out here touching kids. But y'all don't want to say nothing because y'all don't want to stir the pot. You don't want to stir the pot, but literally other kids, because y'all ass is silent on the fucking situation, other kids are now being harmed, right? So I think it's very dangerous when people are just silent on situations. And let's bring it back to me. I'm not problematic because, let me give you guys an example, because I'm like, I really had to sit back on this, and I was like, maybe I'm problematic. Like, maybe it's me. And then I thought about something. So I recently went on a date. And so I'm treating a young lady out, and I'm eating my food. Like, my food is bomb. Like, I'm just killing it. I'm like, eating that food up. But I noticed that she just wasn't eating her food. She ate a little bit, but she had this salad that was untouched. And she was just not really. She was saying that she liked the food, but I could tell she was just being nice. And for context, both of us are vegan, so it was a vegan restaurant. And we get to the end of the meal, and she still had at least 70% of the food remaining on her plate. And I was just like, "You didn't like that salad, did you?" And she was like, "No." She was like, because it had some type of sauce, like a white sauce. And she explained to me the white sauce, basically it was a vegan Caesar salad. And she was just saying how white sauces, like whatever, for whatever reason, like that creamy texture, she doesn't like that. And I'm just like, so why didn't you ask, why didn't you ask for a new plate, like, or for something else? Like, why didn't you ask to swap the side out? Because the salad was a side. They could have replaced that with like fries, or they had like fries and like maybe three other options besides the salad, like a soup. And so I was just like, why didn't you ask I was like, do you want me to go get the waitress, come over here so we can get something else? And she was like, no, I just don't want to bother her. I didn't want to bother her. And, she was so busy. I'm like, hold up. You know what I mean? I'm like, what the? And then I was like, no, you should definitely ask her, like, and she wasn't paying for the meal, so she probably didn't really give a fuck, right? But I'm paying for the meal. But I feel like whether you're paying for the meal or not, you're at a dinner to eat. Like, why would you be somewhere starving knowing that you can swap something out, right? But people could look at that situation and be like, oh, Juicy, you're being problematic. Like, just be quiet about it. No. What the fuck? That is a situation when I would speak up and be like, hi. And I'm going to go about it kindly, right? Like, I'm not a rude person. Like, I'm very kind. I treat people with respect. I treat others how I want them to treat me. Okay, so let me just say that. But, I will find a way to get the waitress over here and be like, listen, okay, we appreciate your efforts. And, I know she ordered this, but she doesn't like it. Can we please swap it out? It's simple. It's simple. It's stuff like that. Like, I speak up for stuff like that, and then I get called problematic. No, I'm not problematic. Y'all just need to fucking speak the fuck up. I think if more people started speaking their minds, people like myself wouldn't be called crazy and problematic or confrontational. I'm single, but when the last relationship I was in, the person was like, I'm kind of confrontational. And whereas they tried to avoid conflict a lot. But I'm just like, my issue with that was like, no, like, if there's something on your mind, I would love for you to tell me, because, when you're not telling me this thing, it's like this buildup of emotions and feelings and things that you're going through that I have no clue about, because you're like keeping it internal, right? And the same with me. Like, if I had something on my mind, I'm not going to just let it sit on my mind. I'm going to tell you, right? Like, I'm like, okay, this is bothering me, and I'll tell the person what it is, like, or I'm noticing this, and I'll tell the person what it is. But some people would call that confrontational. If that's confrontational, then confrontation is good, okay? We need to bring back conflict. We need to bring back confrontation, because so many people just get over on people, because a lot of people remain silent on certain topics. And I don't know if it deals with like insecurity, low self-esteem, social issues. Like, I just don't know what it is, but like, I'm just not one of those people. Like, I'm going to speak my mind. I mean, hence I have a whole YouTube channel, but oh, duh. But it's just like, for real, I really just advocate, if you're watching this video, if you're one of those people that just kind of like hold things in, and you don't, you prefer, like, you think that holding something in is you choosing peace. I respectfully disagree. If there's something bothering you, we always talk, it's funny because people always say communication is key. Communication is so important. But then we'll turn around and say, if you were to speak your mind about how you're feeling about something, then you're confrontational. So I'm like, so which one is it? Is communication key? Or, like, we gotta pick a side. We have to be consistent across the board. I'm definitely one of those people that's gonna speak my mind. Abso-freaking-lutely. If I feel like you trying to be shady or messy or petty, or you trying to downplay me, or you trying to make it look like I'm stupid, I'm going to respond back. I'm gonna let you know what's up, so moving forward. No, I'm not stupid, and no, you can't try me don't try me like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Like, I am the last person that anybody should try to disrespect, because I will come back on your ass 10 toes down. 10 toes down, okay? And that's okay. No, I'm not a unhinged, crazy motherfucker. Like, obviously, I can pick and choose battles, and, everybody doesn't deserve all of my energy. Energy is precious. And so if it's some random stranger, and they're coming off a little stink-a-dink, or, if it's a person who is just really unhinged and they just always looking for drama, obviously it's like, okay, pick and choose battles. Like, I don't have to respond to that. But if it's things where it's like, it's in the workplace where, it's somewhere you're always around, so a type of person or energy that you're always around, or if it's like a relationship, or if it's a family relationship, things that matter and things that can truly, impact your life, then you need to speak up, okay? You got to speak your mind. Because once you speak your mind, you're being very transparent about yourself, and you probably don't even realize it, but by you speaking your mind, you have standards, you have expectations, you have boundaries, because you're letting someone know how you feel, and they know that you're someone who's expressive of their feelings, and you're someone who speaks their mind, and I just feel like that will make the person respect you more, especially if they are someone of good faith and just a good-hearted person. Now, if you're speaking your mind and that's triggering someone, like if you're telling somebody how you feel, how something may have bothered you, and they have a negative reaction to that, then that person is a gaslighter, right? That person is upset right now because they want to manipulate you. They don't like the fact that you speak your mind. I feel like if I'm in a respectful way, in a respectful but firm way, expressing my minds or naming my boundaries, and if the other person has an issue with that, I'm gonna respectfully let them continue on with their life, and I'm gonna continue on with my life, because why do you have a problem with me expressing myself? Like at that point, like, you are toxic. Bye, toxic person. Like, I don't need you on my corner, So yeah, man, this video is full. I just feel like people who speak their minds have a bad reputation, and we're not crazy. We're not problematic. We just gonna tell you what time it is, and what time it is you don't need to play me like a fool, and we gonna be cool. I come bearing hugs. I come with kisses. I come with peace. I do. I choose peace. I really do. But if your energy is consistently nasty, then I might have to just pop off on that ass. But that's me returning. Listen, okay? That is me returning the energy. That doesn't mean I'm problematic, okay? Confrontational, maybe. But nothing good comes from a closed mouth, right? Like, if Martin Luther King and Malcolm X and other people who were pushing for civil rights and social change during the times that we needed, if they were just silent, nothing would be solved, right? Like, we have to, when you speak up for yourself, you're advocating for not only yourself, but depending on the issue, you're advocating for other people. Positive things happens when you open your mouth. Somebody got to shake the table, somebody got to be like, no, it's not okay, right? So anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think I'm confrontational? Do you think I'm problematic? Like, let me know below in the comments. I just had to get this off my chest, because I'm just like, I was really like analyzing situations, and I'm like, is it me? Is it them? Is it me? And I just got to the conclusion that I'm someone who's going to communicate how I feel. And I think that's totally fine. So for all of my communicators out there, continue communicating. Don't stop communicating, and don't stop speaking your mind because somebody else is triggered. Like, no, like, keep being you. You're you for a reason. Now, obviously, like, also, like, don't be, I feel like feedback is key. Like, I'm always open to, like, how I can grow. So it's like, communication is great, but obviously, like, if you're being disrespectful, or you're communicating to someone in a way that is just nasty, then yeah, you probably can fix your approach, right? Because if you're yelling at somebody, if you're insulting someone, they're not going to even listen to you or receive what you're saying, right? But at the core, if you're just like calmly or just firmly stating your mind about something, and people trying to make you feel bad about it, don't listen to that. They're trying to gaslight you. They're trying to silence you. Fuck that. Say what's on your goddamn mind, all right? I love y'all for watching this video. I hope you've been encouraged to continue speaking your mind. If you're one of those silent people that just be nervous and don't want to say and don't just keep everything in, I hope this encourages you to talk up. Speak up, okay? Speak up. Release yourself, okay? Free yourself. Free your thoughts. Let it out. I love y'all. Go ahead and like the video. Go ahead and subscribe and leave comments below. Peace. It's just